Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. In today's class, we are going to touch something on quadratic equation, which is quadratic graph. A lot of people complained that when they plot their graph, okay, that they hardly get a smooth curve like this, okay, like the one you are seeing now, that they hardly get a smooth curve. And I have this one also, so they complained that they hardly get a smooth curve like this when they locate their point. So I'm going to show you in this video how you can easily uh, get your curve, what you need to do to get your curve. It's a very simple thing to do, and it's going to be a short one. This is the table for this graph. So all you need to do to help yourself in getting this curve is to get a number in between. What I mean by a number in between is that if we can be able to get another point at the middle between these 2 points here, and we get another point at the middle here, and we get another point at the middle here, we get points at the middle of these two numbers. So that will definitely going to assist in making us to be able to plot a good curve, because the closer the likely or the more tendency that we are going to be able to connect the point having a very smooth curve. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Create your table, making sure that there's a space between these two numbers. So instead of writing them closely like this, you create a space. So let's create a table for the new graph I'm talking about. So I'm going to, it's going to be very long. Okay, so you can see the way I have created space between the numbers. So this space is going to allow me to insert a middle value, which will help me to get extra points. So when I create values of s between the normal numbers that we have here, so I'm going to have minus 3.5. So let me put asterisks on the new points that I have inserted between the numbers. Okay, so I now have 3.5 minus 2.5 minus 1.5 minus 0.5 0.5 1.5 2.5. Okay, so as I have gotten the corresponding values of my numbers here, I also have to get the corresponding value for y for all the values of x. So let us do that. Fill in the table of values, okay, just like the way we did this in the previous video on quadratic equation. So I now fill for the minus 0.5 minus 2.5 minus 1.5 and the other 0.5s. Okay, so you can see that I've gotten all the values. So now with this, now I can go to my graph. So instead of having all these points that are far from each other, I will be having a close point. Okay, I'll be having a close point. So let me go to my graph and plot that. So I'm replicating this graph here, okay, but this time around I'm not going to use this table of value. I'm going to use this table of value, okay. So let's see how that goes now. So with this table here, so let me get my point. At -4 is 22, so it will still give us the same place we had in the previous graph. At 3.5, 3.5 is at the middle between -3 and -4, so you can count it. If you count from here, so you have -3 here, this will give you -3.1, -3.2, -3.3, -3.4, and -3.5. So -3.5 gives us 9, so we have to find where 9 is. So the same way I have counted this, I will count up here, so that will give me at this point. Then -3, go to -3, -3 will give us 15, so that will give us somewhere, this is 10, here is 10, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so that will give us here. Then -3 will give us at -9, sorry, at +9. Then 2.5, which is the middle between -2 and the -3. So -2.5 will give us 4. So I have to count where 4 is. 1, 2, 3, 4. So -2 is at 0. Then -1.5 is at -3. So here is -1.5. 1, 2, 3. -1 is at 5. So here is 3, 4, 5. And -0.5 is also, okay, is at 6. That's one step below -5. Then 0 is also at 6. So that'll give me 0 there. Then 0.5 is at 5. So this 0.5 here, I will go down to 5, which is here. If you count it, you get that. At 1, 1 is -3. So -1, -2, -3. We can see how close the points are. Okay, it's very close now. So we are likely not to make any mistake at all when getting our curve. So 1.5 is at 0. So here is 1.5 for x and 0 for y. 2 will give us 4. So here is 2. So I can count and get my 4. 3 will give us 2.5, sorry. 2.5 will give us 9. So that will give me at this point. Then 3 will give us 15. So 15 will be at this point. So you can see our curve. I think there's a little error here. 2 is 4, not 5. So count 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see how close the curve are. Okay, how close that the curve, or the points that will give us the curve, are. So it will not be easy for me to put my hand in the circle inside the curve and join these points. Okay, join these points. So it's very simple now. So you can see how simple it was for us to get this point. Okay, very simple. So this is the other curve. This is the other curve, and this is the curve with a lot of points. So you can see that this one has a lot of points at each 2 points. It's easy for us to connect than this one that is far. So this one will need more skill to be able to connect these ones. to connect these points that are far from each other than to connect these ones that are close. So I recommend this if you're having difficulty using hand to plot your quadratic curve. Just get a point in between the value, the range of s. So if you are supposed to have -4, -3, -2, -1, if you're supposed to have these kind of numbers, just insert the middle number 0.5, 0.5 at each point. That will give you -4. The next one will now be, instead of -3, you now have -3.5. So it will help you to get a curve like this. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.